Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes and Brittany. So today we are starting the episode on 9th of January 1374 by the Duke Jean I taking over. Jean I, good leadership skills and superior tactical knowledge will help us vanquish those that dare stand against us. So he has managed to become the Duke at the age of 28. He's a brilliant strategist and he doesn't have any other traits yet. We don't even have a consort or a legal heir. Unhappy merchants, that's just great. So let's see if we can find some royal marriages here and there. So let's start with France, because we want to be on good relations with France. Okay, nothing happened. How about we take a Spanish lady? The stability improves to 0. How awesome is that? So let's go with Castile. Nope. Nothing. So let's try England. They like us, so it should be okay. Come on. We need a consort. Yes! Mary! Free, free, free. Good. So our Duke has married Mary Lancaster. She's mediocre in everything in 26, so that should give us enough time to get an heir. Yeah, uncertain succession, that's gonna screw with us a bit, but still okay. Now, we do have a ton of money, and that's going to be great very soon. We're gonna build more ships in half a year. I'm gonna commission, I think, 2. And it might be a good idea to build something here for the money that we have, but I'm gonna wait a bit, because we would actually kind of like to save up a bit more. We'll see how it goes. We don't have any loans or anything. We're very close to getting serfdom, warships, and vet grinding. As I showed last time, technology, we're slightly falling behind, but it's not a biggie. And we do have a claim on Basse-Plateau, and we're gonna lay a claim to Aunis as well. We're gonna try to add this to Brittany. I've been reading up on Brittany recently to get up to speed, and as I thought, or as I remember from my studies of the era, the 15th and 16th century in Brittany was pretty much a futile attempt to remain independent on France. So we're gonna do our best to keep good relations, expand a bit, and then start building up an empire that could, help us fund a possible conflict with France. Right now, they could just steamroll over us, so good relations is what will keep us up afloat, but many other things might be needed to not actually die, horrifyingly. The corruption is going down, which is good. Unfortunately, I don't know if I mentioned that before. Due to high corruption, we are actually losing a bit of centralization every year. So I'm gonna have to take it back up. But as the autonomy is drastically dropping across the board, well, maybe that was a bit of an overstatement. But yeah, it's dropping, especially in our capital, it's going down. We should be getting more and more money and get a better hold on our kingdom. Now we're gonna wait with the stability until it gets back up to reasonable +1 with enough to get to +2 before we fuck again with the greater nobles and asking for their forgiveness, because well, good news is that we already took away one of their privileges. That's really good. The bad part is everything else. Our Lady of None Several Angevin peasants claim to have witnessed a Marian apparition in Paidenon, a vision of the Virgin Mary. Already thousands of true believers are flocking to the site to pray for her intercession with her son, establishing a shrine to her there. Although the Church taught that the age of direct revelation has ended with the apostles, it is still believed that personal revelation was possible. When the Madonna appeared to someone, it could be seen as this sort of revelation, especially if it was accompanied with miracles and portents associated with the Virgin. So we can pay homage to the miracle or declare the vision to be false. So we could either boost our capital or gain a bit of papal influence and legitimacy. Well, we do want to... Yeah, we're gonna declare the vision to be false, and for that ask the Pope to bless us. And he did, and our ruler, a brilliant strategist, is now blessed, which fixed a bit of our legitimacy, but mostly I did it for the prestige and for roleplay reasons, because we want to make sure that France, even though this is not in the game at any way, but that France leaves us alone. However, we can now invest in new technology, warships. So let's get that, if the game pleases. Warships. As shipbuilding developed, distinct types of ships emerged. Some hulls were faster, others could carry more cargo, while others were simply cheaper. Eventually, this led to specialized forms of ships such as warships. So naval morale is increased by 0.2, but naval maintenance is also increased by 5%, and we can get a Crayer. So my hopes is, well, no. The Crayer just get a bit more. Damn it. Would be kind of cool if we could get a shipwright, but that doesn't actually lower the price of the ship, it just lowers the build speed. So let's start building the Crayers. And I'm actually thinking whether we should build a marketplace or a town hall here. I'm not quite sure. The 25% boost and urban trade power and everything would be good. But I'm thinking that the town hall might be a bit more beneficial to us right now. I can't really say. I'm gonna wait on this a bit while we build the Crayers and send them out to see the difference and decide on how it's gonna go. Now, by the way, I didn't mention we have a new Pope. The Pope is now Pius III della Rovere. So, new Pope, yeah. And Constantinople is actually under siege by the rebels, who are... I'm not entirely sure... Yeah, it doesn't tell me what kind of rebels those are. But the Ottomans are under attack. They're at war with... Oh, they're actually attacking Germian, and it seems like they're losing. Is there like a coalition against them? Oh, not really. Germian is fighting them, and Taike. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, their provinces are under siege, and I have no idea where their army is. Do they have two wars going on? Nope. That's weird. Maybe they got defeated. That would be kind of cool to see. Okay, yeah, on the note, I think we're done here. VAT grinding very soon. Next level gives us a bit more naval morale. That's actually kind of good. And we could get the artillery. I don't really think that we can field another unit anytime soon. But it's still a good thing to know that we can get the cannons in case of a siege. That would be extremely useful. As I said, I'm gonna lay a claim to Aunis as well, and then we're just gonna declare war on them. Though France would not support us at this point, they still have a truce with England for a year, and Burgundy wouldn't support us because they don't owe us enough favors. every year. Well, it's gonna be worth waiting for it, so yeah, we'll see. Non-enforcement of ordinances. Monarchs ruled by issuing ordinances, but they were almost powerless to enforce them. Enforcement depended upon the local powers, nobles or city governments, that would not always be as vigilant as the monarchs would have desired. Let them handle it or increased attempt. I think we're gonna let them handle it, which will give us temporarily an increased autonomy in improvement. But that's cool, you know. We will save the administrative power for the technologies. By the way, but the grinding is almost here, so I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, however, I have our great Duke Jean I has decided to start a project in Pays de Nantes, and using his brilliant mind, he has managed to convince the locals to fund building roads, and he spent all of his reserve men to work on the project. Yes, he had to ask for support from the great nobles, who graciously offered him extra manpower that he used for this project, but you know, I think it's gonna be beneficial. Now, for those of you who don't know roads, Road Network has a yearly maintenance of 0.25, but it gives extra local trade power of 0.25, increases the local trade power by 10%, increases urban gravity by 20%, it increases urban production power by 5%, gives extra 2 supply limit, and increases friendly movement by 50%. Hostile movement is also increased by 25%, but that's not such a big issue. One more thing that I would like to mention now, though, is that we now have a claim on Aunis as well. So both of these provinces are now ours, if we do so like them, and we can declare war on them at any time, most likely taking these provinces as ours. There's not a strong enough army in Aquitaine to stop us, even if we were only supported by France. The problem, however, would be that other agents would get involved. England, who could land troops on our soil, Navarra and Portugal. I don't think Navarra is especially scary. It's not, but still, we're gonna have to be careful. So, vet grinding gives us actually yearly army tradition +1 in the next 4 years. Vet grinding was a technique used in the manufacture of gunpowder. Distilled spirits were poured over the powder before grinding it together into a paste, which was allowed to dry and then rolled into balls. In this way, the separate components of the gunpowder did not separate during the mixing, and the balls resisted moisture and, when crushed shortly before firing, provided gunners with a pre-measured amount of gunpowder for each shot. All this dramatically improved the ability of armies to manufacture, transport, and use gunpowder safely. Increased rand morale by 0.25, and it gives us a wheeled Ribodekin, I believe is the unit that we now have. Is that correct? Yes. The preferred unit of our country by the type, and that is... First used in the Battle of Crécy, the Ribodekin was a cannon that shot large arrows and grape shot at enemy troops. The cannon was a rare sight in the battlefield until the 1380s, when it was mounted on wheels to provide it with limited mobility. So we can get these, and we can actually really get these because we now have an extra land force limit. I guess that's due to our population growing. We are now reaching 1.45 million people, which is nice. We had a couple of Siberian winds, but it doesn't seem like it affected Europe and its production too much. Oh, and the crater is finished, so let's send it to Protectorate in Northwest Atlantic. That should give us a bit of profit. With 1.75 in the last month. So let's see if there is a change. Now we get 444 gold, and we're building the roads, which will give us 20% bonus to road to urban gravity, as you can see here. So I'm definitely sure that we're gonna build the town hall next. However, we still need a bit more money. Now France is still subsidizing us, which is great. I'm hoping that it's gonna stay for a while. I'll have to see how it goes. So 1.75. And let's see how it goes. Will it change? Will it not? It should go up slightly. Okay, man. Wow, it actually went up quite significantly, 1.89. So that's 0.14. And the maintenance is 0.06. So they're making us about double of what we pay for them. That's really interesting. So let's commission the town hall, and then we're gonna save for more crayers. God damn it, the game really does not want us to build that second ship. Well, we have the heated debates again, so let's either stability hit or lose money. Well, I guess we're just gonna lose money. That's all that we can do anyway. So let's lose them. Let's lose them and give them away. However, the town hall is being built. The roads are being built. And in the latest news, there is super cold year this year. So people are starving. How unfortunate. But the economy is going well. The corruption is almost sub 44. That's good. It's falling down nicely. And the state is getting more and more stabilized. We're at 57 right now. Unfortunately, that's still far from the +1 that we need to take away another privilege from the white men who didn't check their privilege. The great nobles. I might want to give you some money because you are not entirely loyal. However, that's not gonna happen right now. That's not gonna happen ever, I guess, at this rate. Well, thank God for France subsidizing us. But hey, you know, we can't throw a bitch. We're building two things. We've already built the castles and everything, so, you know, things could be way worse. And technology-wise, we are also doing good. Serfdom will be here very soon. And the late medieval tactics and 4 castles as well. Fortunately, still no modern castle. Oh, here it is. Oh, level 15? Really? All the way there? Damn. So that's 6 levels too far. Well, I'm interested in this because we have the Fortify the Border goal, and we also have the University of Brittany. Honestly, the University of Brittany is one of the reasons why I decided to build the town hall, because then... Wait, what? Because then we'll be able to build a local university. Wait, it wants renowned university. Damn it. Okay, but building a renowned university would be great. It would give us 15 base urban gravity, extra 10% urban gravity modifier art power, and, well, a bit of local unrest and autonomy, but, you know. Of course, art power of at least 5. I don't know what the art power here is. Did we get additional modifier? Well, we get the food shortage. Exceptionally cold year. Okay. Is that all? Yeah, it is all. Damn. I'd really like to have none as a great harbor and a city that will be... Oh, damn it. Brovanet gets starvation. Damn it. Extra unrest. Well, we're really doing good on unrest, so I'm not afraid of that. Anyway, on that note, I think I'm gonna end this episode here and start the next one in which we continue. This is a really long session, but I'm having fun. Maybe the next episode will be the last one in the first session. We'll see. We'll see. So, good luck to Brittany and its great endeavors of roads and town halls and new ships. So I'll see you in the next episode.